Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
And we're back, man, episode 384.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. It seems like as of recently, we've been noticing a lot of people that they're trying to take people out these days. It's Billie Eilish, and then it was freaking Sydney Sweeney. Mm-hmm. So, it's one of
They're attacking the whites, man.
They're attacking white women now. This shit's getting serious. All right, so let me click on here. All right. Billie Eilish. So basically, Billie Eilish was on stage. Let me go ahead and pull up the link here. But Billie Eilish was on stage, and I think she was in Ireland. Mm-hmm. Damn it! Where the hell is my link? All right, here we go. All right, let me click on the thing here. She said, in quote, Billie Eilish comments about it being really cool to be surrounded by people who look exactly like her in Ireland were taken completely out of context. And this is what she said verbatim, right? Well, this is the part that people are being outraged by. So let me play this first. You want me to plug it in or just play it here? I'll just play it here, man. You just fix it later.
Yeah.
As you guys know, I'm Irish, so it's cool to be I am not from here, but it's really cool to come somewhere and like everybody looks exactly like you.
All right, so they cut it off. They said everybody looks exactly like you. But this is where they did not, I feel like it was a little irresponsible. Okay, Jesus Christ. Where to say in quote. She said, basically, it's cool to be at a place where everybody looks exactly like you. You're just as pasty and as white as I am. So they didn't let the video finish. She wasn't saying that a bunch of people who look just like me because we're white. And I think that's where the internet just took on a whole narrative of its own. And it's very irresponsible. As a person that's been podcasting now for over 7 years, context matters. Because we see shit taken out of context all the time. And then we go and check the actual content where it derived from. And we're like, dude, they took 15 seconds of a 4-minute conversation.
Right.
It's irresponsible. We have to stop this shit, man. It has to stop because you're policing words and statements so much that people are going to start just being fake and not really being themselves. And they're like, nobody's themselves anymore. What's going on? It's because of you dick. Maybe if you didn't police everything that came out of somebody's mouth, it wouldn't be an issue, right? Now, if she was blatantly like saying like, it's so great to be around white people, finally, oh my God, then I'll be like, there's no way to defend this shit.
Yeah.
There's no way to defend that shit. But she didn't do it. She did not do that at all. So, I mean, man, come on. You know it's rough when they attacking white liberal women.
Right. But Billie Eilish has been a victim of this before when I think it was around the time when she was dating a guy or something like that. Like, she's always been like a very left-leaning person in terms of her political views and things like that, and her sexuality and things like that. But I think it was a thing where she started dating a guy, and then like the LGBT,
they got mad.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say the community. I'm gonna say like some people on the internet were kind of mad at that. And even the way she dresses and things like that, there's always like a conversation surrounding her. I think that when you are people like her, people like Taylor Swift, these are people that have been able to garner fans based on their music, just based on their talent. Right. And I think a little bit more so because they are also like kind of not very vocal, but vocal enough to like garner people's attention in terms of their political views and stuff like that. So when you do anything that doesn't align with what they say, they're going to turn on you like that. And that's one thing that you realize about, just fans. So I would just be mindful of that in terms of like Billie Eilish. I don't even think she needs to explain herself. I think for me, if I'm a black man and whatever she is saying is supposed to be offensive towards me, like if you're a white person, you shouldn't have anything to say about this, but if you're a black man and you're like, dang, Billie Eilish, like, you just want to be around white people, like, and then like you could kind of like lean on what the black people are kind of saying about this sort of thing. But if we don't think it's a conversation, then it's not really a conversation. So that's what I would say about Billie Eilish. Like, she's a person. She seems like a nice girl. So I don't think she meant anything bad about it. I just think that she was just like me. Like, I was telling Eddie this the other day. The reason I went to Jamaica for our honeymoon is because I wanted to be around Black people. Like, I wanted to be able to immerse myself in another culture, but that's also, Black people. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's why people go on vacations to Europe and stuff like that. That's why they go to Greece, and that's why they go to England and Italy and things like that, because they want to be surrounded by people that look like them. They may not say it in that way, and it may sound a little bit off-putting to just be like, I want to be around white people. But that's just why people do that. So I say that to say, even if that was her thing, like, she was just happy to be around pasty white people. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing inherently racist about what she said. But I don't even think she meant that. So
no, I think there's people on the internet that are literally squatting. Like, they sit on their computers or on their phone, and they're constantly looking for something to spark out. I think there are people who start these viral trends. Like
100%.
They just sit back and start the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And the next thing in regards to this, because there's really not too much else with that Billie Eilish, the Sydney Sweeney outrage. Now, I'm going to play the commercial. Well, the commercial's a little dragged out. You probably could explain it better.
Yeah, I would play it.
Oh, play it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not super long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and play it.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
I think that's it.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
You can stop playing it.
Oh, okay.
Those are different. Those are all different commercials. The only one is the first one that we listened to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, basically, in that commercial, it shows her with this jean outfit, and she's basically said, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. And then it's spelled Genes, like genes, like genetics, right? Then the next slide, it says Sydney Sweeney has great genes. It's spelled Jeans. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a double entendre, or just a play on words. And it's also, highlighting, I guess, that, she's fairly attractive. But it's not like that. I don't think it's anything that deep for people to, like, go off of. Mm-hmm. There's been people saying, like, this is extremely racist. It explains, like, eugenics and all of that. It's like, bro, stop. I just think that we're overly analytical about things that don't matter. It is it's literally was American Eagle?
Yes.
It's an American Eagle commercial. I haven't seen them make commercials in years.
Yeah, I don't remember an American Eagle commercial.
Yeah, so this is why this is kind of a big deal. But
yeah,
I think that it's like it might be a planned attack. I don't own anything from American Eagle at all. So I don't know. I just been seeing people saying, like, this is ridiculous, and this is like proving that, white supremacy, and it's like, bro, fucking stop. And the reason why this needs to stop is this main reason. When you keep calling everything racist, when something actually very racist happens, no one's going to give a fuck because they'll be too exhausted to care.
Right.
Stop doing this shit. Just fucking stop. Everybody's tired of it. There could be somebody that is legitimately going through like something at work that's racially driven, that's clearly something very racist, and they mention it, and they're like, oh, God, racist this, racist that, blah, blah, blah. And then the guy's like, wait a minute. He called me an N-word in front of 50 people. And they'll be like, well, I mean, it's not a big deal. The rappers say it all the time, right? Mm-hmm. That's what's going to happen. When you minimize racism by calling something like this racist, it just takes everything and it dilutes the overall conversation.
Right.
So please stop doing this shit. Just please. And also too, I'm gonna be real. It ain't us doing it. I'm not trying to point the finger at anybody, but Black people, like, I'm not seeing them come forward and say something.
Most Black people not tripping.
We don't really give a fuck. I think that it's more, and I hate to say this, it's more very left-leaning white women with like pink and blue hair and shit like that. Like those type of liberals. Those
Yeah, they're usually the ones that's tripping over everything.
They got like rainbow colored hair, or like if they look like a popsicle or a troll or something.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are like, wait a minute, Sydney Sweeney said that she has a superior race. It's not fair to black people. It's not fair to. It's like, oh my God, keep us out of it, please.
You're right.
Don't drag us into this, because me and Keith, when you brought that up to me. And you didn't even say anything at first. I think you just sent the thing first. And I was like, what's going on? What's the problem? And you was like, man, they just everything. They just going off on everything these days.
Yeah, they're just mad about, So this is, I'll read the quote from the thing. It says, genes are passed down. This is what Sydney Sweeney says in a commercial. Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. And then it says, then the kind of narrator comes on, and then she says, my genes are blue. And then the narrator comes on and says that Sydney Sweeney has great genes, right? That's all that the commercial said. And that's what people are mad.
That's the play on genetics.
What people are mad about. So I think this is what I would say. I think that American Eagle has taken this opportunity with Donald Trump being president and all the tariffs he's putting on other countries in the imports and whatnot. I think that they are taking this opportunity taking this time as an opportunity to make a very Americanized brand. And I think that American Eagle has never really leaned into that.
They never have.
Because even though it's American Eagle, I've never looked at it like that. I've always looked at it as kind of the suburban white kids.
There you go.
Brand,
they
right?
Live by the beach or something like that.
Exactly.
They live in Santa Barbara.
Or even, the ones that are from Bakersfield, they might live in like Stockdale Estates or Seven Oaks or something like that. Yeah. So I've always looked at it like that. But now I think that in 2025, they're taking this as an opportunity to like be like the Levi's. They're always leaning into that kind of very American. They got the Beyonce, Cowboy Carter kind of thing going on. So I think American Eagle is taking this time as like to kind of rebrand their company, which I think is awesome. So when they're doing this, like I said, I think they're just kind of lean. You see the car in the commercial. It's like I don't even know what kind. It might be like a Mustang or something.
It's a Mustang.
Yeah, some very American muscle car. So that's dope. But I think when you're dealing with like the internet, you're going to run into like extremely woke people, and they do this.
I think that's a misuse of the word woke.
Yeah, I'm using it kind of like hyperbolic.
Got it.
But you just whoever it is. You can be Kendrick Lamar. You can be J. Cole. You can be Sydney Sweeney, obviously, an American Eagle. Whoever it is, you're going to run into a time when these like internet woke people are going to attack you for just saying like normal things like this. So I just think it's very annoying. And I think it's annoying even more so when you're the person that could be affected by said thing. Like if this was a very like Nazi propaganda type situation.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think that I would know. And I think that I would feel some type of way about
Absolutely.
it. Because and we also have to compare it to like what real Nazi propaganda is.
Yes.
When we're talking about painting black people a certain way, when we're talking about the big lips and making us look stupid and the nappy hair and all this, like if you go to these African American museums and you look at the real propaganda that they were putting out about black people, making us like, so in the cartoons where we didn't speak that well, like in broken English and all this other stuff, that's like real racism.
Yes.
This is too deep. Like if it was racism, it's too far away from the point to even hit home. Like nobody is even looking at this like, man, I'm offended by that. That's it's just like, don't nobody care. It's just like you said, it's a bunch of liberal, I'm not even gonna put a race out there. There's a bunch of liberal people that's sitting on TikTok, like you said. They're like rage baiting or just looking for anything that comes out on the internet to have a moment. I think that the dangerous part about what's going on now is that we don't know what these things feel like in a vacuum. Yeah. Like I don't know if these people actually care if there's no camera in front of them.
Right. That's a good point.
So when like in this, you can see it because primarily Twitter and TikTok. But when you look at Twitter and you see like people having these conversations, there's always a number tied to a reaction or a comment. So how do you know that that's like the authentic version of what they feel? Because there's always a monetary aspect to whatever they're saying. They know that on TikTok, if I respond to this commercial, like if I go to the TikTok and I hit reply and I respond with a video, or if I do like, you know how they say like wait till the end or whatever, and then you go in there and like Sydney Sweeney is racist and American Eagle needs to change this right now. They need to rebrand their. They know that that's going to blow up because it's like people kind of they love that conflict. So I don't really rock with none of that, man.
No,
I think it's lame.
And I've been seeing some stuff. I was on TikTok and it says, when is Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle going to understand that a beauty standard is no longer white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes? And it's like, God damn, this is just not a pressing issue.
Yeah,
it's just not a pressing issue to me. And
right.
What else was I gonna say? God damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, man,
I just think as people, we can only be responsible for what we actually said.
Yeah.
If say that's us, like we do a podcast and you're like, oh, this is the most American podcast or whatever, it was just I'm just making up some sort of brand or whatever. If we come out and say that and then somebody is offended by something we didn't say, I don't feel like I'm responsible for your reaction in that way. I think if it's some underhanded, I know we talked about like the coolest monkey in the jungle with the H&M stuff H&M, like that. Yeah. I can see that where I'm like, dang, that is like, and maybe that wasn't my intent as like a creator that was putting together these like,
but it is
graphics.
Tone deaf.
Yeah. If I come out and I'm like, oh, dang, this is crazy. Like, this is not what I meant, but black people are offended. So I apologize. We're pulling this from the thing and we're whatever, donate, whatever the case may be. But if you coming out and your intent is just to make a very extremely like throwback American brand and y'all are offended by that, I don't
that's
really
that's a little wild.
Mm-hmm.
I think that American Eagle gonna start like really leaning in on like having like pro-American freaking ads.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's gonna be stone cold. Like, I wear American Eagle, and it's the bottom line. I got my pants on. I put my pants on 3 legs at a time.
These jean shorts are American Eagle. They just like freaking crash it.
I put these jeans on. I got a beer. What? Then I got another beer. What? Then I got 3 beers. What?
Yeah.
Then I got another beer. What? Then I smashed it on my head, wore some jeans because he's American Eagle, bitch. Like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's all coming together, right? We have country music, like it's in a very popular place. You got guys like Morgan Wallen. You got Beyonce, obviously her album is done amazing. Her tour is like crushing it and stuff like that. Then you have, like brands like Levi's that are, I'm going to say Levi's is making a comeback, but
I get where you going.
They have, put more of a concerted effort to, to promote, Beyonce's collaboration. And then you have American Eagle with Sydney Sweeney being in the face of it. She's like I'm going to call her up and coming actor, but she's kind of like, she took off from Euphoria and she's like killing it and stuff like that. And I think this is what it is. Like we are just entertainment wise. And I'm not trying to bring race into it and all that other stuff, but I'm just talking about entertainment wise, like we're kind of building like a very strong like throwback foundation. And
there's one more thing I want to add on there. It's not directly with that, but America's pastime is getting bigger.
Baseball is coming back. Yeah, baseball is getting extremely popular again. Like, me and Eddie were talking about it. He was like, I forgot what you said. You gave it a percentage. Like, he was like, I was like a 10% like baseball fan, but now I'm locked in. I know my team's record and I watch the games.
I was about 50% because I was mainly a football guy, but now I've been leaning real Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly. So same here. I've been watching. My team has been losing, but I check the games to see who's winning.
Right.
But yeah, I pay attention to baseball even more now, and that's just kind of what American is kind of getting. And I don't want to talk about it in a way like Donald Trump talks about it, but I'm just saying like the kind of core of America when we're talking about American-made textiles and manufacturing and things like that, and then music in terms of country
Keith
music.
Fingers, great guy.
Hey, what? Go listen to a Truck Is My podcast.
Great guy. He's black, but he's a great guy.
Yeah, they're gonna send me some free MAGA hats. or
Oh
something.
man,
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. We get
Yeah.
a crazy sponsor.
yeah.
I'll be like, man, we ain't never talking about Trump.
No, but yeah, that's kind of what the country is coming into, and I think that probably makes some people uncomfortable. I think for me, it's cool, like as long as it ain't tied to like no underlying racism and things like that, and then it's not discriminatory towards my people and minorities. I think it's all good. But when we're doing just like removing race from it, and we're just doing like the OG American stuff, I think that's dope. That's fire.
Yeah. I think that there's between all the different cultures that exist within America, there's still like a connected tissue there.
Right.
Right. And I'm gonna keep it real. You know when I feel the most American is during the Olympics. I feel the most American during the Olympics. And
Yeah.
it'd be certain events on at like 3 a.m. Doom, 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 dun, dun. Well, I forgot the fucking
You can't.
I'd be watching that shit at like 3 a.m, 2 a.m.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be some random sport. Yeah.
Yeah, you over there watching fidget spinners at fucking 3 a.m.
Right. Yeah. It's American versus China. We just going at
I'm gonna
it.
tell you something right now. I want to speak this into the future. I hope they get big rig racing in the Olympics, and I will fucking sign up for that. You can sign me up right now because it's not legal in the States. They don't
do it in other places.
They do. Yes, they do.
That sounds crazy.
Yep, they do. And those drivers, they be getting it, dude.
I bet.
They got like it's like a 10 speed, but it's like it's almost like a fast click 10 speed, like and then this big ass truck fucking not spinning out, but they're like drifting and everything.
Dang.
Oh man, it's a super dope sport, man.
That's cool.
A
Yeah.
big rig racer. I would do that for my country.
I just watched that movie F1 with
I haven't seen
Damson Idris and Brad Pitt, and I don't really care for like I don't think I've ever watched a Formula One race, but that movie was like it was dope because it kind of pulled me into that world, so I could see how the big rig racing could be like very enticing.
Roddy Ricch got the hardest song. I haven't heard anything else on that soundtrack.
Right.
But excuse me. Ooh, shit! I burped all over the mic. God damn. Roddy Ricch got the hardest song, bro. That go with that movie.
Yeah.
That shit go crazy.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it goes with the film.
Yeah. They play it in the thing, and it sounds really dope.
Oh, they played it in the theater?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
In the movie, yeah.
That mug. And what's crazy about Roddy Ricch, people was like, oh, Roddy Ricch fell off. He didn't fall off at all. The issue is this. His first album was, or that debut album, I don't even want to call it his debut album, but it was like the one that got the most attention.
Yeah.
What is it? Sorry for being antisocial.
Right.
That album was so good that sometimes it could become a curse.
Yeah. You just kind of, everything is timing.
Right.
You know? And I think the same thing happened with 50 Cent. Like his first album was so good. And I think
He still has some fucking bangers after that. Those albums was cold.
No, the second album was good, but it wasn't the first album.
No, it wasn't the
Get
first.
Rich or Die Trying was like,
That's a
it was
legendary.
like up here,
Yeah.
And then I think the second album was not bad. I'm just saying it wasn't Get Rich or Die Trying.
No, not at all. But Get Rich or Die Trying is top 10 hip hop albums of all time. Not even close.
But I think that there's a lot of people that fall victim to that. But I also think too that people get very critical of art and especially musicians.
Yes.
But I think that there's a lot of red tape involved in the success of an album. So that's why I try to be like independent of all that, because a lot of times when people say like an album fell off or whatever, a lot of people are talking about the numbers wise, like, oh, the first album the single did 10 million and then the next album, like he didn't really catch one. But it's too much. There's too much behind the scenes. What do you call that? What is it? The pay for play. What is that? The term? I think it starts with a P.
Payola?
Yeah, payola. It's too much payola and things and shoulder rubbing involved for like me to really say like this single didn't do as good because it just because it just wasn't as good.
Yeah.
When you know that it's a label that's like, you know, has relationships with playlists and streamers and all that, and that kind of like, you know, helps the success of certain things. But yeah, so I don't think that there's like I hate to use this term again, but like in a vacuum, like there's no song or record, because you will hear something sometimes where it'll be like, yo, this shit. I mean, even that Roddy Ricch song, you're like, yo, that if that came out during that era when he had the box and all that, like that song would be out of here.
Bruh.
But because he just doesn't have that traction going anymore, like it's just not the same.
And he still released decent music. It's just that first album was so good that it's people have they created an expectation, because most people are not artists. Like I could appreciate each piece of art differently. But you know, even I will compare some of your music against the other music at times. Right? But yeah, man, that shit was fire. But I was thinking about 50 Cent's album, was it Valentine's Day Massacre?
I think it's
What's it called?
I think
The
it's
Massacre?
just called The Massacre.
The Massacre?
I think it was originally supposed to be called that, but
Yeah, because on there it was like, it's Valentine's Day on the album. But the hardest song on that whole album for sure was All a Nigga Really Need Is a Little Bit. And they that shit go crazy. That shit go crazy. If you got a system in your car, if you got it, because I remember I had the 212s in my truck before somebody jacked them out of my truck.
Yeah.
And I had that shit in traffic. I had my windows down. It's probably like 7:30 at night. And it's just like just a cool, like a typical California cool night, you know, situation. And I'm blasting my shit. And these girls pulled up next to me and they was all like, hey. That's how you know your shit's subbing.
Yeah. I don't want nothing too crazy, especially because of where I work.
Yeah.
I don't want to be slapping no music crazy like that. But I just want like,
you need a 10. That's all you need.
Something basic. Yeah, something basic where I could put I just need that underneath. I need them 808s and that.
All you need is a 10, because you don't require too much. Me, I want to knock the door panels off that motherfucker.
Ah, yeah.
I want that shit to be I want it to be clean still though. So
this is what I would say. I want a system that's for me.
Got you.
Because you know some people their system is for the world to hear what they listen to. I don't really care. I just want to be able to like if I record something or a new album comes out, I want to just, you know, throw my stuff on the system and just play it and just be like, oh, this is how it's originally supposed to sound.
That's why you got an iPhone. Otherwise, you would have a Wii phone.
Right, exactly. I don't care about what's going on outside the whip. Yeah.
I think, you know, what would be perfect for you? What would be perfect for you is a Bose update, meaning and taking all of your stock speakers out.
That's where I'm going.
And just going
just
straight
super quality.
Bose.
What do they call it?
Tweeters?
No, not the tweeters. What are the size of the little door speakers?
Is it 8x8s or something like that?
Yeah, just like a high quality where it doesn't affect the aesthetic of the car. It's just like an upgraded sound quality. Boom, and then just a little bit of bass in there. I'll be straight.
I think for you though, what would be cool is having a amp and having the ability to turn the amp off or on. Because when you put the amp on and put a 10 in there to really push that sub, if you got like a 10, you could get it to knock that whole Jeep down.
Yeah.
Like that shit'll be like dong 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 dong.
Yeah.
And then when you turn the amp off, it's just like dong dong dong.
Right.
To where it's all in the inside of there.
In the car, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna put like 3 or 4 12s in my truck. Give it another week or two. I'll probably throw.
That's dope.
4 12s is that's not okay.
The way Desmond had the one he had in the Avalanche, it was like perfect because it didn't take up space or anything.
Yep.
He probably had like a 10 in there, or what do you think that was?
No. I think he had a 12.
A 12, yeah. It was small though. It just fit underneath the seat. It was smooth.
I remember my uncle used to have a system that would be hitting so hard that it would just have your heart palpitating.
Yeah.
It'd be like gang gang, ding, 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 ding,
yeah,
ding,
just rattling the thing like.
It's like, oh my god! And then the voice would be distorted.
Yeah.
Like they'd be like, and I'm a motherfucker.
I don't need. I want to. That's the thing. Like for me, especially being that I make music, also like I want to hear the music how it was in like wherever the engineers was in the studio, like Dr. Dre or whoever who was like EQing the snares and everything, and they're playing it on these monitors, and that's like how they originally intended it to sound. I don't want it to throw it in my car and then it just be like all muffled and bassy. And
I'm gonna tell you when you need to have the cleanest audio. Is certain producers produce albums to where you don't need to sub it. Like you can't blast it like that. You got to get like the quality. I would say that album. What was the album with fucking? Oh my god, with Jay-Z and freaking
Watch the
Kanye.
Throne?
Watch the Throne.
Right.
Watch the Throne. You need to have like a freaking Bose.
Yeah, I remember.
Setup.
I remember you had your system in the Malibu,
Oh yeah,
and I had bought the CD, and we was just slapping that mug.
man.
And that's the amazing thing. CD quality was different too.
Yes, it was. It was better.
Yeah, because these Bluetooths and these streaming services,
It's less.
The quality is not the same.
It is
when
not.
You have the CD quality, it's just going straight to the freaking
Yes.
speakers, and it's just the volume is louder,
Yes.
the quality is better. So yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. You know what? Here's a better idea, and it might work. They also, for a while, the decks had like a USB slot. I don't know if some of them still have it, but matter of fact, I think I have it on the deck that I have, and you could download all the music you want on that card and just throw that bitch in, and that quality is solid.
I don't know. I hear you, but I've never experienced that.
Got you.
I know even when you plug in the aux, though, it's still a much stronger.
It is a strong
quality
connection to
than
the
the
aux,
Bluetooth.
because they're like the aux was solid actually. It was
Aux
just
is
wire
good.
to wire.
Yeah, it's much louder, much better. Even when in my car, like if I plug in the aux, which I really don't do that often, it's just it's easier to just play it off the Bluetooth. But the aux is solid, but ain't nothing beating that. CD quality was the peak quality of any sort of audio experience. Because before, we had tapes before then, and tapes it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that
It's
quality.
too grainy.
And then the vinyl obviously doesn't have the quality of a tape. But it kept progressing. But CD quality was the peak of it all.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's possible. The only way you can beat it technically, because just technology is going to keep improving. But the only issue is that the file sizes are too big. So when you want like an extreme quality file, it's just too big for the streaming services and for your Wi-Fi and internet and stuff like that. It won't be able to keep up with the
Man,
file
I'm
size.
gonna tell you like this: the deck that I have doesn't even have an option for that. Like I have the stock one I have in my truck, it still has the CD thing, the CD reader, right? But I'm gonna pull that and I'm gonna go get an older deck on purpose that has the option for a CD in it.
Oh, so yours don't have CD?
The one that I have, the the aftermarket, it doesn't have it for CD.
That's weird.
Because the new ones people don't really use CDs. But the thing about it is,
I guess that does.
yeah, you got one in your Jeep, but it's an older deck. The one I have is a more modern deck, and it's purely Bluetooth. It doesn't even have an aux cable.
That's kind of trash.
It's kind of trash, but it's just they have like the cable that goes from phone to that. Like the
USB thing.
Yeah, like the USB thing. But like I'm gonna go back a little bit old school to where I have the CD option, because what'll happen is if I wanted to download my music, like everything I listen to, if I got like a crazy playlist, I could just get a CD, boom, put that bitch in there and be slapping.
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
It sound crazy. It sound way cleaner. It's I feel like it's the same difference, because I don't want to drag this out, but it's the same difference as when Blu-ray never passed regular DVD.
Yeah.
Like Blu-ray is still like, I don't know nobody with Blu-rays like that. Like, and also Blu-rays, I hate to say this, Blu-rays is too clear.
There's a such thing.
It ruined movies.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when you could watch Lion King 1,000,000 times and you was watching that on VHS. But now when you watch something on Blu-ray, you can only watch it once.
There's a actual, and this is like some super film nerd stuff, but there's a conversation around digital cameras, and that's the thing. A lot of people, even with like the black magic and stuff like that, a lot of people will do things to make it look more vintage, because there's this idea, like even with CDs and stuff like that, right? So we start out with vinyls and 8-tracks and tapes and stuff like that, and everybody was just pushing and pushing and pushing to get like a cleaner, more high quality sound, and then finally you get to CD quality, and then everyone's like, dang, it's too clean. Like I hear the vocals too clear. And then you pull it back some, you know, you do it like with the fake saturations and like tape emulations and things like that to try to like pull that OG quality. But the same thing with cameras. So when you see a movie like Sinners, you know, Ryan Coogler shot that on, I believe he shot it on an IMAX camera, which is, it's like film, right?
Right.
So you know, even though we have digital cameras now and they're much cheaper, and that's kind of the easier route to go because it's all digital. But he went, you know, retro, and what it does is because we're not used to seeing or like footage on a movie screen or on our TV screen with the same quality as like real life. It just looks weird, like because it's like a heightened experience. Like you're starting to see the blemishes on people's faces, and you see the wrinkles and stuff like that. When we're not used to seeing that on TV, and it looks it makes everyone just look worse. You know,
the origin story of CD. You do know who, like what that stands for, and who created CDs. CD. You don't know who CD is? Oh man. Well, you look it up. His name is in there. It's the initials of it. It's like his name, and then it's like the origin story of what CDs mean.
I thought like a CD's nuts, and I thought a joke was coming.
Yeah, I was gonna get you.
I was waiting on it. I was like, dang. I was like, yeah, I kind of set myself up for that one.
Oh man,
I was like, it's just a compact disc. I don't know.
Did you like who? That's when I would have had your ass.
Yeah, you low-key still could have went for it.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I ain't gonna get it with the CDs.
That's coming.
It would have been a reach. I'm gonna get somebody else for sure. Like, you seen CD? Like, who?
CD who?
CD's nuts.
Comedy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You like, do you know my your neighbor over there? All of this? They're like, who? All of this. All this dick in your mouth. All right, let's switch gears, man. Recently, some Phillies fans got caught on video, and they were pleasuring each other during a live baseball game. And at first, it started off with the woman he was with, and she was like biting his nipples and shit. And one of the fans was like, "Hey, what the hell are they doing?" Then the guy starts finger banging her, and she's like jumping out of her seat. And this is in the middle of a baseball stadium. They did this at Yankee Stadium. This would have never happened in the 90s, especially when Jeter was playing. You over there masturbating with Jeter playing? Oh, you would have got slapped.
They're Philly fans though.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Philly fans tend to be pretty disgusting people. He's like, I'm fingering my wife over here. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm giving her the Philly cheese finger. The fuck is, get out of here. I assume that's how people talk in Philadelphia. All right. Not the place, not the time. The Yankees and Phillies played a 3-game series in the weekend in the Bronx, but much of the social media had its attention set on a different situation that allegedly took place during the weekend. It didn't allegedly happen. It was happening there. 2 fans in attendance at Yankee Stadium were recorded by fellow fans as they appeared to engage in sexual acts while watching the game. Given the timing of the video release, which initially came on TikTok, and that the male fan was wearing a Phillies hat and jersey, it is suspected that it came from one of 3 showdowns this weekend. And somebody put, "This is fucking insane." One of the nearby fans said. The video was recorded from behind with a row between the filmer and the couple. With no other fans immediately within the few seats of the couple, the alleged act was in broad daylight with numerous fans surrounding area. Why would you do this at a baseball game? One fan asked. Here's my biggest issue. There are some people, right, they've been together for a while, and you know, they want to spice things up. But here's the problem with that. If you're doing anything like this within the proximity of children, this is a whole new case. You may think you're finger banging your wife, but you're going to be getting finger banged in prison. You don't fucking do shit like you don't. Let's say, for example, you wanted to do some kinky stuff, you got to make sure you're at a place that is always 18 and above. If you're at a beach that's like a nude beach or something, or if you were at a nightclub or something and you finger banging somebody, I'm sure nobody would have said anything. Because I remember I was at a club back in the day, and some dude was about to smash this girl in the club in front of everybody. And I was like, what the fuck? But everybody's of age in the club.
That's still nasty.
That's still nasty. Mm-hmm. That's still very nasty. Mm-hmm. But at least, you know, it's two consenting adults in the middle of a dance club, a dance floor. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, man, you don't do shit like this. But the dude, I don't know. He must have some years of service in the finger banging industry, because she was jumping out that seat, and she could not sit still. She blew the cover. I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing being missed is the young lady that was the recipient of the finger banging. She just could not. She couldn't. She blew her own cover. Mm-hmm. All right. She probably blew a gasket as well.
She probably blew something else after the game too.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I feel bad for the people that got to clean those seats, because it ain't the first time. There was a game. Oh my God. I think it was the Anaheim Angels. This body was over 10 years ago, but they were doing so bad at that time, and there were some fans that were they were in the nosebleeds, and there was nobody in the stadium. But the one of the announcers had panned over, and she was bouncing on this guy's shit during the game. Man. And it made news too.
They were having sex?
They was having like legit relations. She's bouncing on it, but she had like a skirt on, and the dude was just like throwing her on it. And then the announcer was like, "Oh, somebody's having a great time," or whatever. And I was like, "Oh my God." Damn. That's how you know your team's not doing that great, is when people come to your stadium to fuck. Like, you should be coming to a stadium to watch baseball.
I don't think it says anything about the Yankees are doing fine.
Yankees are doing very average, right?
They're second in their league.
They'll be second, but that's still not great.
It's not great.
There's a lot of baseball left still, but it's like,
yeah,
the Yankees are known for making bad defensive plays, a lot of errors out there.
Yeah,
but
I mean, they just were in a championship last year, so
yeah, I still think that the fashion in which the Yankees lost, it just feels very bittersweet. And then they also lost fucking Juan Soto too. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they're still trying to figure it out over there. And the fans, because I cannot see fans going to a Dodger game to fuck. It's not gonna happen. Maybe during the '90s for sure. Somebody was fucking in those stands. '90s, a lot of sex happened in the Dodger Stadium for sure. There's some bad teams.
Yeah,
especially after Mike Piazza had left. Mm-hmm. After Mike left, it was a couple really down years. A lot to come all over that stadium.
I think who knows? I don't know how they got there. I don't know how the fans just decided that today is going to be the day that I'm going to have sex in front of thousands of people. But you're right. You have to be mindful of who's around. Like you said, there's kids going to these games. There are obviously like just decent people that want to watch a baseball game and don't want to be interrupted, or they don't want to see other couples like engage in sexual activity. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a deep dive on this, but I just think if this is your thing, and also too, that's like a very young thing. Like when we were in high school, people would like sneak off, during football games or basketball games or whatever. They would go around campus and do like little nasty stuff or behind the lockers, whatever the case may be. But when you're an adult, dog, there's real stakes involved. Like you said, you can get one of those little sex offender things or whatever.
Bro, I stand corrected. I had to look up and found that a couple got busted at Dodger Stadium having sex in 1996. And this article is wild. Okay. All right. Pair fined for sex at Dodger Stadium. This is written by Judy Torres on April 20th, 1996. A Burbank couple who engaged in oral sex in the stands during a Dodgers game last summer was ordered Friday to buy 100 tickets to Dodger games for charity and to attend age education classes. According to the city's attorney office, Melvin Hoffman, 53, and Regina Ann, 43, were told to serve 120. They was old out there fucking. Were told to serve 120 hours of community service or pay $500 fine, said Deputy City Attorney Michael Schwartz, who handled this case. They were also placed on 2-year summary probation in order to stay away from Dodger Stadium while on probation. On Thursday, a jury of 8 men and 4 women found the couple guilty of lewd conduct after deliberating for 3 hours at the end of a 4-day trial. The jury rejected the couple's claim that the incident had never occurred and that the witness made up the story. An off-duty Simi Valley police officer and his wife were watching the Dodgers game and the New York Mets on August 29th at Dodger Stadium when they noticed Chayton performing fellatio on Hoffman, while the Burbank couple's children, who ranged in age from 8 to 14, sat nearby. God damn, so their kids was near.
Dang.
That's even crazier.
This how you got here, son. Don't look over here.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So it says, yeah, they noticed Chayton performing fellatio on Hoffman while Burbank couple's children, who range from 8 to 14. Oh my God, I feel bad for the children, dude. Oh my God. Imagine being 14 and your dad is getting topped off by your mom.
That'll make you look at your mom different.
That make you look at your parents different. That's so weird. How could you get bricked up with your kids right there?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, man. And I stand corrected. This shit was worse than them. This shit was worse than the Philly fans.
Yeah, getting some head is crazy.
Yeah, this is just flat out head.
That's the original Dodger dog.
Oh, yeah, that totally did. He was dipping that Dodger dog. He put mustard and shit, relish all over his. Golly, man. Oh, boy. Don't do this, folks.
Yeah, and keep your sexual stuff private, man. I think it's cool, like you said, if you want to spice it up and you want to do the little car thing, you know, in a secluded area, whatever the case may be. But just do it in a way where nobody else has to witness what you got going on.
The funniest shit I seen, it was a TikTok, and it just showed this girl, and she was sitting in this remote area. And I guess she was pleasuring herself, and she was like, and it was like a live stream, and she was like, oh yeah, oh my God, oh yeah, right. And then a voice come out of nowhere like, hey, you need some help? She's like, no, I'm good.
That's crazy.
It's like you can't be in public doing that, and the dude was like, hey, you need some help?
That's a valid question.
Yeah, because she was going crazy in that shit. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man, that's wild.
She probably was doing like OnlyFans content or something.
I don't know what more than likely, but it just shows. It didn't show anything. It just showed her face, and she's like, "Oh my God, oh!" And it showed like the top of her hand doing it, and then some voices pop like, "Hey, you need some help?" No, like offended.
That's funny.
Like it's offensive what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like women need to be called jackers too, because y'all be jacking. Women be carjacking. Oh man, women don't get called losers enough, man.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to start shaming them too.
Yeah,
man.
some stuff is corny for guys to do.
Yeah.
But it be. There's a couple. There was somebody that had got caught like that. A guy, obviously the guy that was in front of the restaurant or the grocery store or whatever. There was a guy that got caught in the parking lot. But there was another guy that was in traffic or something like that, and he was into it. Like he looked similar to the girl, the Philly fan, the female, like where she was bouncing up and like all this stuff. But it was a dude that was like just jacking his stuff, but he was like into it like that, like and like he was in his car and his legs was all up and stuff like that. And then somebody was recording him and he looked over and he seen it, and he was just like, he just kind of put himself back together.
That nigga was hoping somebody seen him doing that bullshit.
Let my man do his thing.
Nah, fuck that. You got to call the police on him. He carjacking, man. That ain't it. Yeah. But it was remember that story you told me about the homelessness? I think it was in L.A.
Yeah, in L.A.
And it was so bad. You said it was a homeless man beating his meat using his own sweat as lube.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's terrible.
That was it. That's when I worked on So You Think You Can Dance.
Right.
Which is cool. Like, maybe I'll tell the story one day when I'm a little bit more popular.
Yeah.
But on that show, it was Keita. Keita is the dancer. He's on Kendrick Lamar's tour right now. And then he's in the music video and stuff like that. So Keita was on the show. And then there was the girl Tate McRae. She's like a singer now. She's like a pretty popular pop artist and stuff like that. So she was on the show. and I think those are the only two that are like kind of popular right now. But those are the two people on the show. So mind you, like the kids, these are at the time they're like 12, 11 years old. You know, I don't even think they probably like in junior high or in elementary school, and we are like in the going to the dance studio. And it was, you know, it's LA, there's homeless people there. And then all of a sudden you just look to the left and some nigga's just beating his meat. And it's hot too, bro. It's like 95 degrees. He's just out there stroking his meat.
Yeah, you can think about it, bro. I think it's people that live in houses. We don't realize the luxuries we got, whether we're able to have sexual relations in a house or rub one out in a house. A homeless person, they still got to get theirs off here and there too. Yeah. But I mean, you can't be in public doing that. Yeah. You know, you got to go behind a tree or something. But no,
imagine like a sexual Dr. Seuss book like that. Would you rub one with a mouse? Would you rub one in a house?
That'd be crazy. That was a reach, Keith. I think the most wildest shit I seen out here, at least in Bakersfield, I was making a left on Newstein, and there on the corner there's a mobile station, and it was a dude standing near the bus stop, kind of near the mobile station, and he just had his pants down peeing, and like he was peeing towards traffic, so he was just out there with a stream of piss, just peeing. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? I never seen shit like this as a kid in Bakersfield. Yeah. I think as time has passed on, a lot of transient people from LA have made it their way down this way. You know, whether they got bussed over here or I don't know how they got here. But yeah, they're here. And they beating their meat.
Yeah, LA homeless is different.
LA homeless is different, bro. That shit look like a third world country, bro. Yeah, the shit we've seen in LA, bro, is insane. Literal shit on the sidewalks, human shit. They got cleaning crews. Like, they got legit cleaning crews that come in hazmat suits that clean the sidewalks because it's so nasty.
Only for them to get dirty right after.
Yeah, so imagine, like, a hazmat crew come, they cleaning it up, they cleaning the dookie and the piss up, and then as soon as they leave, people just start shitting and pissing right on the sidewalk again.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Oh, man, it's the worst. We had to walk around this dude that looked like a literal caveman.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, how is this a thing in the United States of America?
Yeah. Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, LA is bad. There was and I'll say this before we move on. There was a dude there's this guy, this popular guy on TikTok that does listings in Los Angeles, and he talks about the prices of these homes. He's like, this is a single whatever listing for this, whatever, right? And it was a 1-bedroom house, and that shit was going for over $500,000, and it was the cheapest place in LA. He said it also has a backyard, so you have backyard, alley access if you need to get out. I'm like, bro, $500,000 for that?
Yeah,
that's fucking insane, man.
Yeah, I don't get it. Unless you're wealthy, like really wealthy, I don't get it. I mean, people move to LA for different reasons. There's some people chasing their dreams and stuff like that, which, it works out for a small fraction of those people. But there's a version where you can not live exactly in LA and still, do a little commute thing. But absolutely. Yeah, I just don't understand. And for me, the only way that I would move to LA is if it was almost an inconvenience not to be there. Yeah. Where you get, and the money got to make sense. Like I'm having meetings with studio executives and stuff to where they're like, hey, we want you working on this show or whatever. Like that all has to translate. Yeah. But I think that there's a world where, maybe if I even move a little closer to LA, not exactly in LA. Yeah. But, somewhere a little bit closer to where I don't have to commute as far. But yeah, I think there's a version where you could just go to LA, do your work, even if you have to drive up there and then come back home. Because even for me, living in LA it's more than just like the house prices. A lot of it is the traffic is ridiculous.
It's insane.
It takes you so long to get to places that's really close. Mm-hmm. And then to me, I just hate not being able to just park where you want to.
Oh my God.
And then when you do park, if you do park say you live in an apartment complex, one is going to be, you might have to park like 2 miles from your house, your apartment, which is stupid. And then on top of that, they sweep the streets like every other day.
Yep.
So if you don't, when I was out there for a little bit, like
You got a car cover?
No. There's the sweeping the street. So if you park there and it's like after 7 a.m., they'll give you a ticket.
Oh,
so you get like
fuck.
$50, $60 ticket because the street sweepers are coming by and they're sweeping this side of the street. So this is all those logistical problems that are so stupid.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I think LA is cool. Like, it's a cool place. But in terms of too many people there, the rent is too high. You can't really maneuver like a smaller city, and it's just annoying.
Yeah, I'll be laughing when people from LA try to crack jokes on Bakersfield, like, oh, Bakersfield, I don't never see myself going there. It's like, bro, you guys have literal shit on your sidewalks. You are the last motherfuckers to talk about us.
Right.
Yeah, everything costs so much there. If you live in LA, you better have a motorcycle or a helicopter. That's the only fucking way you're going to get anywhere.
Right.
So I think the smart thing is that if you have on top of your car, if you have a bike rack, you need to bring a bike with you every day. So wherever you park, you can just take your bike off and just finish the rest of the way there. Mm-hmm. If you're on the freeway and it's fucked up bad and you know there's parking around, you are better off getting off the freeway, finding that parking, paying whatever it is, $5, whatever, and just taking your bicycle and just fucking taking it the rest of the way to work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If bro, it's so bad with traffic. If you got like a 5 to 6 mile, you better off just get on the fucking skateboard. You'll get home way faster. Mm-hmm. Just take the streets and don't take the freeway. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, let's move on. We've been going off topic a lot today, Keith. Mm-hmm. A lot. All right. Now, all right. Switching gears. Celsius. Recently, Celsius energy drinks were called after some cans found to contain alcoholic High Noon vodka seltzer. That's terrible, man. That's just terrible. You know, I seen a comment that said, can you imagine? Let me go here. This is what it says here. Hold on. Okay. One comment said, imagine the people who unintentionally broke their sobriety.
Dang.
That's a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Now let me show the, excuse me. Let me run the video real quick. Hold on.
A warning if you like your Celsius or if you like your High Noon, because there's now a recall for some of this stuff after they were mislabeled. Celsius as High Noon, vice versa. Celsius, as you know, does not have vodka in it, does not have alcohol in it. High Noon does. So fortunately, nobody's reported getting sick so far, but boy, that might be a surprise when you pop the top. High Noon says it's working with the FDA and stores across a bunch of states to get these mislabeled products off shelves, but a word of warning for you if you've got some in your fridge or in your cooler. A warning if you like your Celsius or if you like your High Noon.
I think that the fact that they can make mistakes like this is a problem. Because you got to imagine this. Imagine if you're a person that was a raging alcoholic and you haven't had a drink in 8 years and you're going to the gym, so you want to grab a Celsius before you go there. And then when you drink it, you're just like, oh, no, what happened? I know this feeling. And you can have what did Hunter Biden say? You don't want to have like a euphoric recall, right? You have this euphoric recall of how it feels to be like inebriated, and you're just like drinking, like you drank a Celsius and you're like, I feel a buzz for some reason. What's going on? And then you see this article and like you go to all these AA meetings, they didn't give you a coin, all of this shit. This could be a lawsuit. You could legitimately sue them for pain and suffering if you can prove that you had an alcoholic beverage and that you've been sober for 8 years and it sent you through a deep depression because you have made it a life choice to never drink again, and now you just wanted an innocent Celsius drink, and now you guys, I've been on a 8-day drinking bender now because you guys did this.
Yeah.
I think there's something there. I'm not saying you will get any money. I'm just saying you can't mislabel things and put alcohol in it, because even kids could buy a Celsius, right? So
I don't know how old you have to be to buy.
I don't know.
Energy drink. But
I think kids could drink energy drinks. I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So you're exposing underage or under drinking age kids to alcohol and people who have probably focus on sobriety. If they get away with this scot-free, then they're lucky.
I imagine there's a lawsuit coming though. I know me personally, if I was in that situation, especially for me, I don't drink and I never like have consciously taken like a drink of alcohol. So if that like, what would you call it? That spout or that bout with sobriety, whatever the case may be, was broken by a mislabeled energy drink, then I for sure would be calling
Absolutely
a lawyer up to trying to see like what can we do about this situation, because they're gonna pay me enough so that I can retire. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, they'd be like, we can only. First, they're gonna try to lowball you. They're gonna say, hey, we can settle this right now for $15,000. I'd be like, nah, we ain't selling shit. Because if you want to offer me $15,000, I know that there's at least about $80,000 to $150,000 more I can get.
Yeah,
I got that can, and I want to have it independently tested. To prove that it's in there, because you can test it. Just like if you got like a can of soda or something and it got a piece of a rat's foot in it. Because there's been some things where they found like a lot, like a dead rat inside of a soda or inside of something, and you could prove that it's in there, then you gonna get paid. That's fuck. Can you imagine getting a can of raviolis and you got ratatouille inside that motherfucking can? God damn.
that's funny.
That's a lottery pick right there. Remember that motherfucker that lied about having a finger in his Wendy's chili?
Yeah,
That was crazy.
people are sick, man.
That's crazy, man. They
Be trying to. That's the thing. Enough of it happens. This stuff happens on its own, so you don't have to create a narrative. This. So when it comes to like fingers and stuff and food, some of that does happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know about fingers is a little stretch. But it'd be situations where a bug might have crawled in whatever manufacturer company, whatever, and they try to do their best to keep the pest control under control. But if you are, it's just enough of this happening. You gotta stay the course, and then you're gonna drink some Celsius alcohol, and you'd be like, "Yep, this is my time to sue." But yeah, I think that this is. I don't think this is just what happened. This is a Pepsi company. They are going to pay whatever they need to, and then try to fix the situation so that it never happens again. It is an extremely big deal though, because like you said, there's kids that are drinking energy drinks. There's people that have been sober. There's people that don't drink alcohol at all. There's people that are probably like extremely religious that are, that try to refrain from drinking alcohol and things like that. So many people are going into those situations. Some people are probably a little bit excited, like, dang, I wasn't even expecting to get drunk at work before this workout. But
That must have been one of the most fucked up workouts ever. Imagine you running sprints or something, you just fucking face plant. Here's the worst. Oh God, you want to talk about a lawsuit? Oh my God. Imagine you go and you buy a Celsius, right? And you smash that whole thing, and then you just leave the can in your car. And then you in the gym working out, and then you like trip and fall and bust your face and lose a tooth or something. And it's all on video at like Planet Fitness or something. And then you see this lawsuit on TV. And then you smell that Celsius drink, and you buy a High Noon, and you say, these motherfuckers got me.
I don't think it would take that much though. Like you would know if you're drinking alcohol though, right?
Yeah, you should know.
Yeah, I don't know if it would take the whole thing. And I don't know if you're getting that sloppy drunk off of that, just one of those, right?
I don't know. I don't drink High Noon. I'm sure it's not aggressive in alcohol, but I think everyone has different tolerance levels. I think for me, I have a pretty low tolerance, even though I'm a big guy, because I don't drink. So the last time I had any drinks was at your wedding. No, actually, probably like a few weeks later, I had like another beer or two. That's it, because your mother-in-law had some beers chilling. She's like, you want to take some beers? I was like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even think you need to put a scenario together. I think somebody drinking alcohol when they weren't supposed to is enough to go into that courtroom and sue Pepsi for that.
Yeah, he's like, I drink a Celsius and it made me gay. And he'd be like, you were gay before you drank that Celsius.
Yeah.
It's like, you were giving up that butt before you drank that Celsius.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, your lawsuit has been declined, sir.
So did you like butt play before you drank the Celsius or after?
Like, I always noticed the energy was just like, it was different this time. It wasn't like typical energy when I'm working out. I just wanted to fuck. You're like, this guy.
I was coerced into butt play. It just wasn't my fault.
Yeah, it was like all it took was it took like 2 high noons, and then I was fully into the afternoon after that. You're like, oh yeah, this guy didn't need any drinks to get him going. Oh, life is crazy, Keith. Life is crazy. Yeah. All right, let's switch gears here and let's wrap this thing up. Switch gears. Recently, a sex toy throwing fan arrested for disrupting WNBA game between Valkyrie's Dream. Now, when this first happened, nobody knew who the dildo thrower was, right? Nobody knew who the person is, and they threw a big green dildo out on the court, and I guess it disrupted the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that, though. If you're a league, especially a league that's growing, you can't let a dildo stop the whole course of the game. Somebody should have seen that dildo and just kicked it off the court. But instead, they made a spectacle of it. And then the announcer tried to act like she didn't know what it was. Like, there's an object on the court. I'm not sure. Zoom in. Oh, no, that's not good. It's like, it's a dildo, man.
You got one of those. I'm trying to act like you ain't got one of those.
And there's a good amount of women in the WNBA that are lesbian. And I'm pretty sure they've used one of those on each other before, so they know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't got to be lesbian to use one of those.
That is true. These are not dildos don't have a sexual orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just dildos. Yeah, but nah, man. Let me go check out this article here. The fan accused of throwing a green sex toy on the court during a WNBA game between the Golden State Valkyries and Atlanta Dream on Tuesday has been arrested, according to the league spokesperson. That person has not been identified publicly. The safety and well-being of everyone in our areas is a top priority for our league. Objects of any kind thrown on the court or in the seating area can pose as a safety risk for players, game officials, and fans, the spokesperson said. In line with the WNBA area's security standards, any fan who intentionally throws an object on the court will be immediately ejected and face a minimum 1-year ban, in addition to being subject to arrest and prosecution by authorities. Can you imagine going to jail? They say, what you in here for? And you like, oh, man, just fighting for my rights. And they be like, nah, nigga, I seen your paperwork. You was throwing dildos on the court. That's why you in here, bro. Mm-hmm. Going to jail for throwing a dildo on the court, it's got to be the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, what I don't like, though, is I don't like people that go to the WNBA games and disrespect the game of basketball. Mm-hmm. It's still a growing sport, for one. They're playing good basketball. And the fact that they threw a dildo out there, like, was somebody going to post that on TikTok? Or I don't know what the objective was. And why are you carrying around a dildo? That's my question.
I think that people, there's been a lot of situations. Like, Drake was just on tour. I don't know if he's on tour, but he just did a show. I don't know if it's like a festival or something like that. And people are just throwing bottles, toilet paper at him, things like that. I just don't understand why you are paying money to go somewhere in order to disrespect the space. And I think for, like you're saying, for women's basketball, it is a growing sport and it's gaining popularity. More people are showing up, which is amazing. I think that this one has a more undertones because it's not throwing water bottles at a rapper or a singer. There's like a different level of like misogyny kind of going on here when you're throwing like dildos onto the court of a WNBA basketball game. So I don't know. I think that's I mean, it's dumb to throw anything, but when you're throwing a dildo at a women's game, there's just nothing really to say.
Can you imagine you throw that dildo and it falls center court and they're like, hey, hold on a minute, let me try this. That'd be crazy. The rating, you know how crazy the ratings would be?
It's one girl, I forget. I just seen a TikTok of her. I don't remember her name, but she plays in the WNBA and she has like short hair. And I don't remember I don't know what team she plays on. She got like a fade.
I know what team she plays for.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what team she plays.
Oh, she play on the dark side. Huh?
She's playing for the same team.
The San Antonio Scissors.
No, San Antonio Studs.
The Boston Butches.
The LA Creamers. Oh, the Utah bus. Oh man.
We're gonna get in trouble.
We're gonna get it. Yeah, we gotta chill, man. Shout out to the WNBA, man. I'm going to a game this month. I'm going to the game in LA. Caitlin Clark is coming to town.
Nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hell of a game, man. Caitlin Clark is overcoming an injury. But she's starting to get back together. By that time, we're gonna see what the Sparks about, because the LA Sparks record is, I think they're still below 500 right now. They got to get it together. Let me see something here. LA Sparks. They just won recently. LA Sparks. All right, let me see what their standings. Where they at? Damn, they're not doing good. Oh, Western. They're at the. Oh fuck. Yeah, they're at the bottom. But they're 3 games away from 500. They gotta start winning though, man. Because the best team is the Lynx. They 24-5. God damn, they're doing good. But the Sparks are 12-15, so they're 3 games away from 500. But they can get a little streak going. They got a little more basketball left.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They got at least, who's got the best record right now though? They're 24. Nah, it's the Lynx. Minnesota Lynx got the best record.
Oh, the Lynx got the best record.
They 24-5, and then damn. The Eastern Conference is trash.
The girl I'm talking about, her name is Courtney Williams.
Oh,
she plays on the Lynx. So Courtney, but I said that before we started talking about these crazy team names. Because she had went on a podcast and she was basically saying, it's not that I don't like dudes. She was just saying like, she was like, I like a traditional man. So if I'm in a relationship with a traditional man, I know they're going to want like a traditional woman. And that means getting in a dress and, doing the traditional womanly things.
I see it right here with the
like,
short pink hair.
Yeah, and she was like, I'm not really like that. And then she was saying like, they might be like kind of fetishizing me and things like that. So she was like, and then she was like, it would be cool. We could rock out, but then we would also need a girlfriend because, that's
damn. I think that low key sound good to a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at a picture of her in college. Oh my gosh, she was really cute.
In college?
Yeah, she just like a typical girl. And then now, she's in the league.
Kind of stepped out on.
Yeah. It's a star-studded event. Yeah. I can see it here.
Yeah, she's just a regular girl in college.
Yeah.
And then she went with the fade. That's crazy. She had a whole transformation.
Yeah, she went from she turned into Lil Boosie when she got to the WNBA.
Dang.
Boosie badass.
Yeah, she looked different with the fade and the colored hair.
Yeah, that's crazy work. She turned into Jeff Teague, man. God damn, that's crazy. There are some very pretty women in the WNBA, though. I think the Sparks by far got the most, and I don't want to like fetishize the women on the team, but they got the most beautiful women in the whole WNBA. Yeah, freaking Rikia Jackson, freaking Cameron Brink, and then Alyssa Peely. They just got, these are just beautiful women that could hoop. They could flat out ball, But yeah, that dildo shit was funny. I ain't gonna cap. But it's not the first time this happened. You know what's wild is my junior year of when I was playing football. My junior year, we were playing Centennial, and our offense was on the field, and some dude ran out on the field with a dildo attached. He had like a pair of underwear with a dildo hanging out of it, and ran across the field, and he just ran away from security and just ran straight out the gate. And we were just like, nobody was laughing, nothing. We was just like, what? Yeah,
that's weird, bro.
Like in the middle of the game, we just standing there like, what the fuck? And the dude was running by with a dildo, and my dad was. I remember seeing my dad. He was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, man. Crazy times, man. This ain't the first dildo incident, is what I'm trying to say to y'all. This has been happening it's the most immature, low-hanging fruit that you can get. Okay.
Dildo's been around since the early 2000s.
Yeah, dildo's probably been around since in the 1800s.
Nah, yeah. Probably before then, shoot. They probably got fossilized dildos.
They did. Actually, they did. There was a woman that, like a historian, is talking about like sex toys, and it went back to like way back in Egypt.
They probably used to make them out of stones and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Egypt dildos is probably made out of the same shit that the pyramids is made out of. Mm-hmm. They probably had pyramid dildos. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Knowing back then, Egyptians probably had like technology. They were the first vibrators back then.
Yeah, they used to, how would they vibrate it? Probably
just get a couple bugs and put it in there.
Yeah, they probably would use
Get some
like
insects.
What they call it, like the locusts or the
get some locusts. The locusts be going crazy.
Yeah,
too.
They probably put the locust inside of it and it just vibrates.
And all they do is just keep refilling it with new locusts.
After it die and crash out, they just put another one in there.
Yeah, and it'd be like the hieroglyphics would be like, "My dear loved wife has replaced her toy with multiple locusts."
You probably need that because back in the day, they had multiple wives. So if you got like 200 wives,
damn,
you probably need something to pleasure yourself because the husband ain't got enough dick to go around. So you gotta.
Dang, yeah. Let me see. I gotta look this up. Prehistoric dildos. I just looked it up. Evidence suggests that objects resembling dildos have surprisingly long history dating back to prehistoric times. I told you, even though I'll be playing games on here, I'll be right. And it says, here's what is known. Oldest known find, 28,000-year-old siltstone phallus. Nigga, 28,000-year-old dildo is crazy. Oh my God.
Silkstone?
It says silth, like,
Silth.
Yeah, SILTS and then it's stone. Siltstone phallus was discovered in Hohenfels Cave in Germany. It's believed to be one of the earliest examples of a sex aid. Other prehistoric finds. Suspected dildo dating back 40,000. Oh, my God.
40,000 years?
Yeah, 40,000. It says dash 10,000 BCE have been discovered in Eurasia. Oh, my goodness. What does BCE mean? Before what?
Before Christ.
Before Christ existed. Mm-hmm. So these dildos is here before Christ. That's crazy. That's wild, yo.
Right.
Yeah. And then Mesolithic site in Sweden yielded a 4,000 to 6,000 year old model. Similar models have been found in Pakistan from the same period. Bro, this is crazy. This is what's crazy about doing a podcast is if I wasn't if I wasn't doing the podcast and I was listening to two guys find historical evidence about prehistoric dildos, I would just be glued to the pod like, this is crazy. These guys are finding groundbreaking information that I never knew about.
It's very life-altering information about the history of dildos and sex toys.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So whoever threw
We're like
that,
the man version of horrible decisions.
yeah, oh, no, not at all. Man, they're their way. So the person that threw that dildo on the court, was he being disrespectful or was he paying homage to our historical history? That is the question.
Yeah.
Was he being disrespectful by throwing that green dildo out, or was he highlighting what we have known about these phalluses for like the last 40,000 years?
Maybe it was National Dildo Day, and he was just celebrating with his fellow Americans.
Not all history made it to textbooks.
No, that's facts.
He may be celebrating a prehistoric event, right? And that
yeah. And it's a lot of it'd be like a lot of sexual, it'd be a lot of days that'd be trending on social media. It'd be like, oh, National Girlfriend's Day or National Boyfriend's Day or whatever.
Now, this shit we got to wrap the pod up after this because this shit I'm about to read is wild. It said, materials. Prehistoric dildos were made from readily available materials such as stone, wood, bone, and ivory. Some were even made of camel dung and resin. You putting dookie in your pussy? Man, let's wrap this up.
I don't believe that.
It says it right here, man.
That don't mean it's true.
Bro.
Ain't nobody putting doo-doo in a vagina.
That's crazy, yo.
That's wild.
Researchers suggest that these objects were used for sexual pleasure and ceremonial or religious purposes, such as fertility rituals or warding off evil spirits. But, dog, camel dung and resin? Bro, that's crazy.
I don't believe that. Oh, the wood and stuff like that. I could rock with that. Ain't nobody putting no doo-doo in a vagina.
Hey, man, listen here. Okay? I don't put nothing past nobody. I don't put nothing past nobody.
I feel like you would die. Like, you putting that bacteria in your vagina? Come on now.
Yeah. This is before. Back then, it was like, pop that pussy, doodle brown.
That's crazy.
Oh man, I got nothing else, man. We got to wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. If you made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
We're out of here.
Peace.